Welcome to the Full-Time FBA Show. In each episode, it's our goal to help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income selling almost anything on Amazon. And now, your hosts of the show, Stephen and Rebecca Smotherman.
Hello there, and welcome to episode number 325 of the Full-Time FBA Show. Today, we are getting into 2026 is the year of the Replen.
Or whatever weird, annoying sound effects.
Okay, so normally that's a sound effect you add, but Steven's going to just make that noise himself. So I guess...
We don't have the rights to use that sound effect. I don't know if it's that, if that is public use or not. So I made my own sound effect.
Well, here with me to talk about our topic today is my co-host, Steven, who needs no introduction.
Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction. But I'm looking forward to 2026 because we are calling it the year of the Replen. And we'll talk about that today on the Full-Time FBA Show.
We are so very excited to be with you today for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. You may have noticed that we're switching to a new schedule in 2026 with shows every other week. We're doing this so we can focus more on our free masterclasses and workshops, but do not worry, the podcast isn't going anywhere. We're still going to be bringing you free episodes with all the latest on how to build your Amazon business to a full-time income with daily sales that are strong and steady. And we plan to make each episode as rich and helpful as we possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, we are at 325 episodes and 5+ years into making the Full-Time FBA Show, and it's been one of our favorite parts of Full-Time FBA over the years. I mean, we love sitting down and talking with each other, and we consider ourselves really, truly blessed to be able to do that on a regular basis and share it with you here on the podcast. And so thank you for being part of the show as a regular listener. And if you're new here, welcome. We're glad you're here. Be sure you're signed up for our Full-Time FBA newsletter at fulltimefba.com/subscribe.
Okay, let's get into our topic for today, and it's an exciting one. We have declared that 2026 at Full-Time FBA is the year of the Replen.
Should I do the sound effect again?
No.
Okay. I mean, can we just declare something?
Yes, we can declare it. We declare it. Just like Michael Scott declared bankruptcy, we are declaring 2026 is the year of the Replen.
Yes.
So it's our podcast. We can do that. And isn't that what podcasting is all about? So let's just paint a quick picture for why we want to spend 2026 focusing on replens on Amazon. We're going to describe for you 2 Amazon businesses, and you can decide which one feels uncomfortably familiar. Business number 1 has amazing months of sales and then terrifying months. They're constantly chasing the next great deal, and every week feels like starting over from scratch. Their sales feel fragile. It's exhausting. It's emotional.
And then there's business number 2, which is the opposite. It's not flashy. It's not exciting. It's actually pretty boring from the outside, and it wouldn't be a good subject of a viral video. But the sales in the business show up every single day. It's predictable. It's steady. It's calm.
Business number 1 feels like buying a lottery ticket. It's great when it works, but it's a money drain when it doesn't. And business number 2 feels like a regular paycheck. It's something you can depend on week after week. And the difference between those 2 businesses isn't hustle, it isn't luck, it isn't secret sourcing groups on Facebook. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. I mean, the difference is one word most Amazon sellers completely overlook: replens. And we have declared 2026 the year of the replen because they are that important to taking your FBA business from roller coaster ride status to a steady income that's moving up and to the right consistently.
So if you've ever thought, why does my Amazon business feel harder than it should? This episode might be the uncomfortable wake-up call that you didn't ask for, but you probably need.
Yeah, and before we go any further, let's kind of level set what we're talking about here when we say the word replen. Replen is short for the word replenishable. We're talking about a replenishable product in your inventory. It's a product that you can buy again and again so you can sell it again and again. That consistent profits, not once, not twice, but repeatedly. It's a product that becomes part of your business for weeks or months or even years. And we've had replens that have actually lasted several years. And honestly, those are pure gold for our FBA business.
And then replens are not trendy TikTok products. They're not one-time clearance wins. They're not products that you get lucky finding once at TJ Maxx. They're boring stuff, the everyday stuff. It can be anything like toothpaste or supplements, office supplies, pantry items, the kind of things that people buy over and over again. Or it can be something that a customer would only buy once. But as a seller, if that item sells repeatedly and keeps a steady profit, and you know where to buy it and restock it for your Amazon inventory, it can be a replen from any category.
Yeah, and here's the mindset shift for you. Replens aren't just inventory, they're assets. Each good replen is something that you can come back to and build on instead of starting over from zero every single time. Building up your replens and tracking them well, it will revolutionize your Amazon business. And that's where sellers either level up or they stay stuck in hustle mode forever. Because when you build a business on replens, you start getting predictable cash flow. You can actually forecast your income and you can plan your sourcing because you can now plan your budget. And you can make some solid decisions for your business instead of guessing where is that inventory going to come from next month or the month after that.
Exactly. And it's incredibly freeing for your brain because you're not constantly thinking, what am I going to sell next? How do I find something to sell next? But instead, you're thinking, how do I scale what's already working? What's already selling in my business? How can I build that and grow with that? So it just also removes so much of that emotional chaos from a business that's not consistent. You're not having that panicking feeling when the virtual shelves in your Amazon store are empty, and you're not going to be spiraling out when one product doesn't go like you thought because you've got a foundation of all of your inventory that is steady.
Yeah, another reason focusing on replens can revolutionize your Amazon business is that it becomes systematizable. I mean, that's a big word to focus on. You can teach a VA to source replens. You can build SOPs around replens, standard operating procedures. That's what SOP means. This is where you really can grow and scale your business because you can multiply the effect of replens by putting in place systems and then delegating that work to an assistant.
So you can think of it this way. One-off flips on Amazon, like clearance sourcing or garage sales thrifting, those are like doing gig work. It's like trying to find a full-time income by doing Uber or DoorDash. There's nothing wrong with those ways to do gig work. You can make money here and there, and some people can even really turn it into a full-time job. But for most of us, it would be exhausting and not very profitable in the long run. But replens are like owning rental properties. It's like making an investment. You put in an investment up front of money and time and effort, and then you start making a reliable, repeatable income from that investment, and it doesn't end up in you burning out. Next, let's get into why we are focusing on replens this year in 2026 at Full-Time FBA.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't always build our business this way through replens. I mean, in the early days, we did a lot of hustle sourcing through garage sales and thrifting and retail arbitrage clearance, and it was a lot of inconsistent feast or famine, frustrating months, really. And I mean, it worked okay overall. We did build a full-time income through selling on Amazon that way, but it wasn't a peaceful lifestyle. It wasn't scalable in the long term in any way.
When we made the shift toward replens, it changed everything. Our sales stabilized and our stress dropped. We saw our business become predictable in a way that it hadn't before. And there had been a lot of what I think you can really best describe as fragility in our business up to that point. It was all very fragile. It was working until it wasn't. And with a family of 6 at that time, when all the kids were at home, we really needed our business to work more consistently. So we shifted away from one-offs and we started focusing on finding replens and then relying on Keepa data to show us what would be a good potential long-term inventory source for our business.
And here's the key point. Replens, they're still working for us and many other Amazon sellers today in 2026. Now, it is tougher and more competitive Amazon environment with more restrictions and in a smarter seller economy, but most newer sellers still aren't building up their businesses around them. They're still chasing the shiny products, the fast flips, the one-offs. They end up wondering why they still feel burned out. And so we made a decision for our full-time FBA students. whether it's our Momentum FBA membership or our coaching program students. This year, everything we teach is going to be grounded in this idea. Build the foundation of Replens from the very beginning. And if you're not at the very beginning of your business, it's not too late to make this shift. And this isn't some shiny new tactic. It's a philosophy of how to build a real, sustainable Amazon selling business.
That's right. And we believe in the power of Replen so strongly that we want it to be our focus for this entire year. Because we hear the same objections from sellers all the time. Replens are impossible to find, or you need tons of capital, or everyone will tank the price. It's too slow to build a business this way. And honestly, those beliefs are what keep people stuck from growing their business beyond where it is.
Yep.
Because replens are absolutely findable when you know what you're looking for, and you don't need thousands of dollars to get started, because that's why we teach the fast turn snowball method, because you can start with whatever money you have and let it grow over time. You just need good evaluation skills so that you can use the readily available data, and then you need patience to run the experiments and give yourself time to find a portfolio of replens and then let the profits grow.
Yeah, it's a slow growth that compounds over time. And if you've ever studied the concept of compounding, you know that time works in your favor if you have a little patience. A slow growth through compounding will always beat fast growth. That burns you out every time. I mean, the slow growth, that's where the magic happens.
So if you're listening and thinking, okay, I want this kind of business, I want to get into replens, here's where you start. You go back through your past inventory on Amazon and look at what products did you buy more than once. And you start a simple list of replens. This is your potential replens. Start tracking them. Even one or two is a great starting point for your tracking your replens.
Yep.
And then you shift your mindset from how do I find something new to sell to how do I find something that's repeatable to sell? And this is how you start thinking like an investor in Amazon and not like a treasure hunter looking for stuff to sell.
Yeah, and here's the honest truth. Knowing replens matter is different than knowing how to find them consistently. That is a skill, and skills can be learned. And that's exactly why we're hosting our upcoming Replens Masterclass. It's not a motivational training. It's not some quick get rich quick thing. It's a practical, real world class for sellers who want to build something that actually lasts. We're going to walk you through how to evaluate products for true replen potential, how to avoid bad replens, how to protect your pricing, how to start building a sourcing system around repeatable wins. So if you're tired of that feast or famine months of riding profit roller coasters, or if you're tired of starting over every week and you just want your business to feel more stable and less stressful, then this class is your next step. You can find out the details and get registered at fulltimefba.com/Replen Masterclass.
Don't wait for your business to magically feel easier. Build the foundation that makes it easier. The sellers who win long-term aren't the ones chasing every shiny new product that they hear about. They're the ones quietly building repeatable systems. And for us at Full-Time FBA, 2026 starts with replens. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. As a reminder, you can find all of the links we mentioned and the show notes for this episode at fulltimefba.com/325, because this is episode number 325.
And next time on the Full-Time FBA Show, we're going to continue focusing on things that will help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income selling on Amazon. So we'll see you next time on the Full-Time FBA Show.
That's all for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. So head over to fulltimefba.com/podcast, where you'll find the show notes and links from this episode. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter, where you'll get several free downloads of our popular and helpful Amazon FBA resources. Now, take action on what you've learned today so you can find success at turning part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA.